Great question. Like so, like how
between living life and just existing on earth.
And you got flowers at the door, and I'm just like, sometimes you don't know how.
I guess so.
Okay, so my first question: existing is a thing.
Yeah, definitely.
What do you think it is?
What's up, boss gang? It's your girl, Tanisha Bynum, and you guys already know what time it is. This is Queen Talk, the podcast. So today is season 5, episode 1. I'm super duper excited. It's actually my first episode of 2024. So that's exciting. I'm still trying to hang in here and get my episodes done. Yeah. That's pretty much it. So let's get into it. So on this episode, this is going to be based around, the topic is that there's pain and there is purpose and power in your pain. Got it? There is purpose and power in your pain. So the way I decided that I was going to do this episode, I was thinking on it. Like, really, I got the topic first. And I basically got the topic when I was just generally thinking about how, you go through different things in life. And when you're going through, you never realize what you're going to be like when you make it to the other side until you get there, like how it will affect you and what it will do to you, because like when you go through things, you grow through things as well. Like when you go through situations, they tend to, like, serious life situations, life's general trials and tribulations, because everybody goes through things. No matter what the individual situations may be, we all go through things that impact us and hit us in ways and teach us things, like life biggest lessons. But yeah, those things you grow through, you change, they build character, they help you transition from place to place, they place you. So yeah, that's what we're going to talk about today. We're going to talk about the purpose and all of the pain we're going through. So the first thing I did is, of course, I needed to know what God had to say about it. So I don't know about y'all, but I'm going to tell y'all what I do, because maybe y'all should do it if you don't. But because I'm not like a Bible pro, so I'm not going to sit here and act like I am a Bible expert and I just know every single verse off the top of my head, because I don't. I'm still working on it. It's a lot of them. But I found a little trick other than getting a daily verse of the day. Of course, I get my daily verse of the day. That teaches me my scriptures. And if I want to know what God specifically says about a certain topic, I Google it. What does God say about purpose and pain? And then I find my scriptures, and then they stick with me, so then I know them. And before, it's been working well. I have learned a lot of scriptures this way. And it's very intriguing when the fact that you could put that in there and it pulls up scriptures, and then you could go to the chapters and you could be like, what? Hey, okay, all right. So anyways, the first one that I'm going to read to you guys that kind of intrigued me, that God even has to say about pain and purpose, is Romans chapter 8, verse 18. And it says, "For I consider that the sufferings of this present time are not worthy to be compared with the glory which shall be revealed to us." Okay. And I'm going to read it again. "For I consider that the sufferings of this present time are not worthy to be compared with the glory which shall be revealed to us." Okay, God, does that make sense to you? I'm breaking out. Like, that's like God basically saying, like, I understand what you're going through right now, but that little stuff you're going through right now, that's going to be nothing compared to what it's going to be like on the other side. The test for the testimony. So that one was intriguing to me. So there's another one. James chapter 1, verses 2 through 4. My brethren, count it all joy when you fall into various trials, knowing that the testing of your faith produces patience. But let patience have its perfect work, that you may be perfect and complete, lacking nothing. So yeah, that's another verse about pain and purpose, and that one is kind of deep. So I'll read it again. My brethren, count it all joy when you fall into various trials, knowing that the testing of your faith produces patience. But let patience have its perfect work, that you may be perfect and complete, lacking nothing. And after I found that one, I thought about that one for a while, because it's kind of long, and I'm like, okay, and the lacking nothing got me. And then the other part of it that got me was the testing of your faith produces patience. One thing I've learned about God is he likes to play kind of games. Like he likes, and it's exactly what it says right there in that scripture. The testing of your faith produces patience, because it's like, when you're going through, what are you going to do? What are you willing to do? Are you still going to be obedient to what God says you should not do? Or are you going to fall victim to temptation and take the easy routes out of, the easy temptation of things that you could do? Or are you going to stand strong in knowing what God said to do, and fight temptation and everything else? So like, that one was like, okay. And the next part of it says, but let patience have its perfect work, that you may be perfect and complete, lacking nothing. So that's another one. And I have like two more. Then I'm going to get into, the rest of it. Okay, so this one is Romans 8:28. I actually, yeah, I had read this from the other one. I did the same thing I just did when it came up. I'm like, oh, this was like another one. And then I went and put them together and read the whole chapter. It's very intriguing. But Romans 8:28, and we know that all things work together for good to those who love God, to those who are called according to his purpose. Self-explanatory. I'll read it again. And we know that all things work together for good to those who love God. Sorry. Got to bump it up. And we know that all things work together for good for those who love God, to those who are called according to his purpose. Okay? And I have one more for you guys. 1 Peter chapter 5, verse 10. But may the God of all grace, who called us to his eternal glory by Christ Jesus, after you had suffered a while, he will perfect, establish, strengthen, and settle you. So that's pretty much what God has to say about it. And in summary, I feel like God pretty much has to say in several different contexts and then several different places, throughout the Bible. And this is not all about God, but I'm going to tell you what God said first, and then I'll make the rest of the points. But however, it's like that verse says, the testing of your faith produces patience. It's very important that you understand that you gain patience when you're going through, and it's like several things that you just learn. I know I keep saying that, but it is like you learn patience, you build character, and it just depends on your individual situation. Like personally, I hate to make things personal, but I'm gonna tell you. Like me, I went through things really young with my children when they were young. Like now my kids are big. Like my son is gonna be 15 this year, my daughter's gonna be 13. Peyton is gonna be 11 next week. MJ is gonna be 10 in May, and King will be 7 in November. So they're like big kids now. But when they were smaller, we went through things. But those things that we went through made me like this mom I am now, because I know what could happen if I slip. I know what could happen if this. I know what could happen if that. Things that you go through, they position you for your next chapter. And it's very important that while you're going through that, here come the points I made, you do not become a victim of circumstance. When you are in a certain place, you understand the difference between season, circumstance, and forever places. Don't ever be in a place that you have to go through, and you fall so victim to that place, feeling so sorry for yourself and being so pitiful and and now you turn that circumstance and that situation into your whole life, when the whole time all you had to do was build a little strength, get a little patient, chin up, chest out, and go do the work and get yourself out of that. I know so many people in those situations, and that's really terrible. So never, 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 never fall victim of circumstance. Just remember, there is purpose in that pain. Go through and grow through. Okay, and the next thing, choose positive thinking. Choose a positive thinking and a positive perspective, because that is very important in the pain, purpose, go through, grow through thing. When you see your situation, don't look at it as if, don't give it your power. Don't ever let a situation make you think you're defeated. Like, I always choose to look at it as it positive. Like, I might have to always, another way that I know how to explain it, I'm sorry. But another way that I know how to explain it is keep your end point in the beginning, and that helps me think positively. Like, when I'm going through and getting through, I'm like, okay, I might have to go through this now, but a week or two, or however long, next year, however long, 18 years, it's going to be this. And that helps me stay motivated and keep my mind positive, thinking about what this seed I'm planting is going to grow into, thinking about my fruit instead of the process of the tree growing, you know? So always choose to look at things in a positive aspect, because that makes the world of a difference in the pain, purpose, go through, get through season. Never feel defeated by circumstance and situational situations. Always be positive. Look at them in a positive aspect, and don't let it defeat you, because that's your power. Don't give it your power. Words are powerful. Verbiage is very, very important in a go through, get through transitional seasons of your life. So always speak at your situations and let them know that, like, you got this. And when I say speak at your situations, I don't know, that may sound crazy to some people, but me personally, I'm very big on affirmations and words and verbiage. And I speak to my situations like, you know what? I ain't even gonna let this bother me. I got this. It's given. Don't think he can take me out. No. But yeah, so the next point I have about pain, purpose, go through, and grow through is comparison is terrible. Own your own life and your own journey. Okay? That's important. It's very important. Very, very important, because if you're going through a situation and you see others that are not, that's actually how people become jealous and envious, I think. And I guess that's why I feel like it's so important that you not give those kind of thoughts and that thought process any power in your mind. So I'll be right back. Yes. If you begin to think about where you are and where others are, and you begin to compare yourself, like, I wish I could, I should, those things are very, very terrible. And it's very best that you don't compare yourself to others, or even me personally, because I always got to use me, because who else do I know so well? I don't think about other people's lives. I don't care about other people's lives. I solely think about me, my children, my life, what I have to do for us, and how I'm going to get there, how I'm going to do it. I don't ever compare or think about other people's lives. Like, I be happy for them and I'm so happy for others, but I know that I have my own journey, and I don't ever compare my journey to other people's or none of that. But I know other people who do, and that's why I'm saying this. Like, don't do that. Don't. Comparison and competition are the biggest thief of joy and happiness. Don't let them rob you. Cut it. The last point I put on that is that verbiage is very important, but I kind of already went over that. I always run my mouth. Other things that are important in the go through pain, purpose chapters of life is considering questions like, what did you learn? Because there's always a lesson in the mix, and you just got to make sure you take your lessons from it. Think about, what did you gain? And it doesn't always have to be materialistic or financial gain. Sometimes you just gain things such as wisdom, closure, clarity, understanding, and peace from situations. So always remember that and take what you gain from it and go with it, because those things are important as well. Think about what would have been different had this situation not occurred. What would be different in you? What would be different about your life? Because fate and God's plan are things. So yeah. And another thing, the final thing that I have to say about pain, purpose, go through, and grow through is that experiencing what you don't want helps you clarify what you do want. Now, I see a lot of dilemma kind of based around this around this statement on social media, and I see it with them using their relationships when they be saying like, women feel like they have to go through this and that with men to get real love, and I see some people say they hate it and I would never do and stuff like that. But me personally, I feel like when you experience different situations, even in relationships, and especially with jobs, I'm gonna let jobs be my example. Me personally, I have been, can be a certified nursing assistant, a tax preparer, a team lead, a I haven't made general manager, assistant manager, shift manager, lab assistant, customer service representative, almost an insurance agent. I'm a podcast host. I've been hella stuff, okay? Hella stuff. Waitress, bartender. Entrepreneur is my favorite. Business owner, you did. But yeah, like when you try, that's how I kind of learned that entrepreneurship was my favorite, because I would do all these jobs. Like my first job, I was a waitress, and then I did the CNA life for a while. Like when you experience a whole bunch of different things, it helps you realize what you're doing you don't want. Like I know what I'm not okay with. I know what I do. That's how I realized like entrepreneurship is for me. I'm not okay with somebody making a schedule for my life. I don't care for that. When I was doing CNA, it was many, I'm not going to go into the depths of it, but it was many things I didn't like in that, so I stopped doing it. I just, go through, grow through, find the purpose in the pain, and level up. That's just how it is. So please do it for me. Find the purpose in your pain, because it is an essential part of healing. You may never understand your why, but you may never understand your why such pain happened, but healing is essential. Remember that there is purpose and power in your pain. Remember that the testing of your faith builds patience. Remember that everything will be okay. That you got this. You go through, and you level up. Boss Gang, I hope you guys receive this message in love. Love you guys. Bye-bye.